Welcome to the Aglovad IT Solution Podcast. Here you will get to hear audio describing the information that is shared in our latest blogs, and today's topic is WooCommerce versus Shopify comparing e-commerce platforms in 2022. So, here we begin. If you are in a rush to deliver an e-commerce website with basic requirements that any e-commerce platform can serve, go with Shopify. Shopify is known for providing rapid time-to-market solutions with a sense of aesthetics and user-friendliness. In contrast, if you want to develop an SEO-friendly and highly customizable website, WooCommerce serves better. This is just the scratching point between both. If you have some time in hand and want to properly analyze these leading e-commerce platforms before deciding which is ideal for your project, we have the homework ready for you. Without further ado, let's dive right into comparing WooCommerce versus Shopify. WooCommerce is an open-source, scalable, customizable e-commerce plugin built specifically for WordPress CMS. It takes a more hands-on approach to e-commerce since it provides a complete initial setup with various styles, plugins, and other important tools that the user can leverage. Since WooCommerce is explicitly made for WordPress, it is entirely compatible with the functions of your WordPress site. Hence, you can turn your WordPress-powered site into an e-commerce site without having to configure or update your site for it separately. Since it is open source, you get unlimited customizations and the ability to build purpose-specific extensions. According to BuiltWith, WooCommerce currently has 6,327,203 live websites. And, according to Barn2, 7% of all WordPress e-commerce sites use WooCommerce plugin. WooCommerce is the most compatible, easy to integrate, and feature-packed plugin to turn your WordPress site into an e-commerce store. However, it is not without its benefits and limitations. Let's quickly review the several benefits of working with WooCommerce. 1. Open source and free. WooCommerce is open source and free. A WordPress developer or designer can alter the code. This promotes collaboration on enterprise-grade projects. 2. Extreme flexibility. You can set up an individual store, multi-vendor marketplace, or any e-commerce website with WooCommerce. It is also ideal for selling products, services, NFTs, etc. 3. Huge community. Many users use WooCommerce to power their e-commerce websites. The community is active, reliable, and helpful. There are proper documentation, guides, and articles available as well. Now let's have a look at the cons of working with WooCommerce. 1. Not entirely free. Although WooCommerce is a free WordPress plugin, specific WooCommerce extensions require subscription-based payment. 2. Too many plugins. WooCommerce is a ready-to-use plugin that can be installed easily. But WooCommerce has different plugins, and installing each plugin hampers website speed and overall performance since it takes more memory on your website. 3. Low security. Since WooCommerce overly depends on plugins, if any plugin gets deprecated or exploited, the exploiter can get access to your entire store. This is concerning since e-commerce sites require customers' sensitive and financial data. So, these were the pros and cons of WooCommerce. Moving on, let's discuss popular sites built on WooCommerce. WordPress powers many global-scale websites of multinational companies. In fact, as per Search Engine Journal, WordPress powered 39.5% of all sites on the Internet as of January 4, 2021. Etsy Journal, Microsoft News, BBC America, Skype, Vogue, and Evernote blog are some of the examples of top sites built on WordPress. Now let's try to understand what is Shopify's approach to e-commerce. Shopify is a hosted e-commerce platform that allows users to set up an aesthetic and appealing Shopify website quickly. Unlike WooCommerce, Shopify believes in handling most of the technical aspects of your e-commerce store themselves. It has integrated hosting services, so you don't need to set up hosting. However, the ease of use comes at the expense of limited control over all aspects of your e-commerce shop. Unlike WordPress, Shopify is not open source or free. Hence users need to buy the most suitable Shopify package per their needs. According to Built with Shopify currently has 3,834,405 live websites. And as per Statista, Shopify generated over $1.3 million United States dollars in subscription solutions and $3 billion United States dollars in merchant solutions in the year 2021. Shopify powers more than 500,000 merchants to set up their online e-commerce stores. However, it also has its merits and demerits. Let's discuss the advantages of Shopify first. Number 1. Easy initialization. Creating and publishing your Shopify website is easy as creating an account, choosing the right template, and adding your products. Doing this much, you can go live with your website instantly. Number 2. Visually appealing. Shopify allows you to create visually aesthetic e-commerce stores with its beautiful and versatile Shopify themes. Also, if you have access to professional Shopify developers, they can personalize your Shopify theme to a greater extent. Now let's talk about the cons. Number 1. Limitations in customization. Shopify comes with out-of-the-box solutions for most technical hassles, which is great. But it also has its drawback. You cannot change the design or look and feel of your Shopify website beyond a point without the help of a team of Shopify experts. Also, unlike WooCommerce, you cannot create custom Shopify extensions to match your exact requirements. Number 2. Very expensive. Shopify requires users to pay a monthly fee to leverage its benefits, and you pay as you go for most premium features that can mostly be integrated for free in WooCommerce. So these were the pros and cons of Shopify. House, Studio Proper, Drink 3 Dots, Brilliant, The New York Times Store and Soylent are some of the most visually appealing and well-doing Shopify stores. Moving on, now let's discuss the differences on the basis of market share, job availability and demand, hosting differences, SEO, optimization, security, speed comparison, transaction fees, and conversion rate. Let's discuss the difference on the basis of market share first. WooCommerce has a better market share than Shopify, but Shopify doesn't lag by much. Moreover, there has been increasing popularity and increasing adaptation for Shopify these years. Here are some stats to compare Shopify and WooCommerce market share. As per Statista, WooCommerce is the leading e-commerce platform in 2022 with 36.8% market share, whereas Shopify had only 10% market share. And as per W3 Tech, WooCommerce is used by 8.7% of all websites, which means it has a market share of 13%, and Shopify powers 4.1% of all websites, thus having 6.2% of the market share. When you compare both these e-commerce giants on similar tech, you can see that WooCommerce almost powers double the number of websites powered by Shopify. WooCommerce also has better industry coverage than Shopify, which shows its flexibility. Talking about the differences on the basis of job availability and demand. Job availability and talent demand are also important factors when deciding between WooCommerce and Shopify. The market situation gives you an idea of the average cost of hiring a Shopify developer or WooCommerce developer. LinkedIn has 239,022 results for WooCommerce developers in available jobs in the United States. There are 173 jobs posted for WooCommerce developers on Indeed. On the other hand, there are 14,696 results for Shopify developers, jobs available in the United States on LinkedIn. Shopify News generated 3.6 million jobs and made an impact of $307 billion United States dollars in 2020. Now let's check out the differences by distinguishing these two e-commerce platforms on the basis of hosting. One of the stark contrasts between Shopify and WooCommerce lies in the approach toward hosting. WooCommerce is a self-hosted platform, meaning you will have to manage the hosting of your website by yourself. Moreover, you will be bound to use WordPress CMS to power your website. In comparison, Shopify is a hosted service, so you won't need to buy and set up a separate hosting package, At first look, it feels like Shopify wins this round as it provides easy hosting, but it doesn't come without a significant trade-off. Since Shopify decides your hosting solution, you can only make changes per Shopify guidelines. WooCommerce has no such limits. You can set up your WooCommerce website as you like, but you need a team of dedicated experts and designers who know how to implement those changes. SEO optimization is also one of the important factors that should be considered while differentiating these two platforms. SEO is the bread and butter of any website, especially for SMEs and startups that don't have the budget to plan Google Ads or paid marketing campaigns. Getting your website to rank on important user intent keywords is important to get your initial website traffic and possible conversions. Here is how the two platforms approach SEO in WooCommerce. WooCommerce is built on WordPress, a dedicated blogging platform. Hence SEO comes naturally to WooCommerce. You can conduct several SEO practices like fundamental URL redirections, altering body content, alt tags, meta descriptions, and others to optimize your site. WooCommerce also has dedicated SEO plugins, and one of the most popular ones is Yoast SEO, which helps the business make their stores SEO friendly. On the other hand, talking about the SEO in Shopify. Shopify is not winning this round. But does it mean Shopify is worst for SEO? Well, no, it still handles basic SEO well, but it requires you to produce excellent copy and engaging content. Shopify has better code and a more natural linking structure than WooCommerce. Moving on, discussing the difference on the basis of security. Security is an important aspect, especially for e-commerce businesses. When you run an e-commerce website, your customers trust you with their sensitive information and financial data to make purchases from your website. Hence, it is paramount to ensure the safety of their sensitive information. Shopify takes a proactive approach in ensuring your Shopify store is updated frequently and has the right security measures built in. It offers a free SSL certificate, ensuring your data is encrypted. It also works on a Level 1 PCI compliant server where it is mandatory to accept debit card and credit card information. Whereas, WooCommerce provides no ready-made security provisions for your store. You need to handle it all by yourself. This means you must acquire your SSL certificate, configure security plugins, apply for PCI compliance, enable two-factor authentication, and more. The next factor on the basis of which these two e-commerce platforms are compared is speed. Speed is one of the most critical metrics to compare when bidding on two e-commerce platforms. Here is how Shopify and WooCommerce approach speed optimization. Let's check out the Shopify speed optimization. Shopify hosts your e-commerce store on efficient, fast, and global servers without limiting your bandwidth. Moreover, it makes constant changes and improvements to its infrastructure and code. Here are some of the features that help Shopify deliver impressive website speed. Number 1. High-performing CDN fastly. 2. Local browser cache. 3. Server-side page cache. 4. Safeguards for restricting users from overloading their store with images and videos. 5. Speed report with Lighthouse. And number 6 is hosting on fast global servers with unlimited bandwidth. Moving on towards WooCommerce speed optimization. WooCommerce is way slower than Shopify, and it is majorly due to its heavy plugin dependency. Each plugin adds more JS and CSS scripts to your website pages, and they cause additional queries on the database. However, there are ways to optimize your WooCommerce store. Number 1. You can increase WordPress memory limit. 2. Disable Ajax cart fragments. 3. Make use of a high-performing and efficient hosting service. 4. Use a cache plugin. 5. Optimize your images. And the last 6. Make use of popular CDNs like Cloudflare or Max CDN. The next factor on which we are going to differentiate these two e-commerce platforms is the transaction fees. Shopify is the only e-commerce platform that charges transaction fees on sales. It charges a fee of 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. You need to pay a 2.7% fee per transaction for physical purchases, and the third-party payment gateways charge 2% on each transaction. Compared to this, there is absolutely no transaction fee when using WooCommerce. When it comes to conversion rate, it is the best indicator of how efficient and worthy an e-commerce platform is to power your e-commerce website. Let's see how Shopify and WooCommerce bid against each other concerning conversion rates. Discussing the Shopify conversion rate. Shopify focuses on providing ease of use to the client and their customers. You can set up your store with less to zero hassle. It is developed with conversion in mind, and the supporting themes and out-of-the-box approach should help you increase conversions and sales revenue. Whereas, in WooCommerce conversion rate, for conversions, first and foremost, you need traffic. And what better tool for traffic than WooCommerce, where you can set up a blog page to provide valuable information to your customers while increasing your site's domain authority? Also, if you have a team of professional WordPress developers, you can optimize your site for SEO, leading to better conversion rates. With this, we have come to the conclusion of our today's podcast. We hope this podcast gave you a proper insight into the pros and cons of Shopify and WooCommerce, as well as the differences in their performance, security, customization, and other aspects. Choose your e-commerce platform after thorough planning and understanding of both platforms. For final reference, select WooCommerce over Shopify if you have a website already published on WordPress CMS when you want absolute control over your store. If you have a reliable and skilled team to handle technical aspects. If you don't need 24/7 customer support. And, select Shopify over WooCommerce if you want a simple and appealing web store. If you need the e-commerce site built urgently. If you want reliable customer support. And if you don't need much customization. Thanks for listening. For more such informative content, keep following our podcast.